So we are joined again by private wealth advisor Will Rogers to talk about how to make the most out of your tax refund, if you got one. The average refund last year was over $3,100, and what to do with that refund really depends on where you're at. Will, good to see you again.
It is good to be here, and you know, I'm a big believer in break even, so I don't like getting refunds, but there's folks that get them, and so if you got a refund, let's figure out what to do with it.
All right, so what life stages do we look at today for this?
So we're looking at 5 life stages. You got the folks that are just starting out, then you got the folks that are starting a family and getting that going. You've got those that are kind of set and going well, pre-retirees, and then full retirees.
Okay. And so now, for people starting out in their careers, what should be on their agenda for this?
The folks just starting out, really, it's paying down debt, building that cash reserve, and if you have the chance, set up that Roth IRA. Start the Roth IRA. Folks, if you're starting out, start the Roth IRA. I'm a huge advocate of that.
He just broke the fourth wall, folks. That's what he means. He's serious. Okay.
And for those starting families, what should they do?
So with starting families, it could be a little bit different, where maybe it's saving for a down payment on a new home. Perhaps starting a college fund where you've got that financial freedom for them as they're moving out. Of course, if there is debt, I'm a big believer in that. But something else with legacy planning, if you've not drafted a will, you really might want to put your tax return towards having a will drafted. So should something happen to you, your children will have somebody named to take care of them, rather than going into the state care system and having them figure it out because you don't have a will done.
Okay. So for people that have already, say, they've prepared, they've pretty much got a solid foundation, what can they do with this? All
right, the folks that are kind of rocking it, one thing, look at home improvements or just wherever you live, improving that. And something else that I've been hearing about is a lot of folks thinking about starting small businesses. So if you're going to explore that venture, maybe just build your cash reserve a little bit and look at starting a side gig or a business that might be entertaining to you.
Okay, and what about retirement? Say you're getting close to that.
If you're getting close, you want to shovel as much as you can. Just shovel as much as you can into those retirement plans. Build the retirement plan savings up. Once those have been maximum funded, the second thing you want to do is you want to pay down that debt. And so whether it's credit card debt, car debt, or your mortgage, having more money and less debt is a great way to approach retirement.
I hope everybody at home is writing down all those tips, because there's a lot to remember.
We have it here on the iPad, but you need to write this stuff down. What about if you're already retired?
So the retirees, this is a mixed bag. And my first go-to is enjoy life. If there's a trip that you're thinking about doing, take the trip. If you got the trip planned, maybe upgrade to first class. But enjoy life. Just get out and do stuff. Now, I said mixed bag. The reality is a lot of retirees might be looking at healthcare costs, and so it might be setting some aside for that or doing some home improvements to improve. But if you're living life, you don't have the healthcare costs, finally, we can't change the entire world, but I want folks to try and change their world and think about giving to charities or causes or just people you know to improve the world we live in, and yeah, give some of that money away.
We're just saying enjoy life because they started all the process years ago.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
And something you've always said here, whenever you're down here, it's never too late to start.
Right. We can always improve our financial lives and what we're doing. And if it's improving the investment returns, if it's lowering the taxes, if it's giving some money away where it's improving somebody else's life that helps us feel better. Or I was crazy proud of my daughter where this year, she funded her Roth IRA on her own, no prompting, no reminding, took care of it. And so I was like, oh, go girl.
Well, that's the way to do it. Will, where can people go to get more information?
Always happy to share our wisdom on wealth, www.wrogers.info, or give us a holler, 706-312-2000. Again, happy to share any wisdom we have.
Great. And find out that way to treat your refund the best way.
Yes.
Okay, great.